make the most out of the Power Hitter Irons practice session. So here you are, you got a good grip, take a good grip, stance, posture, play the ball maybe a couple inches inside your left heel with all your iron shots. And the reason you want to do that is because you don't want to move the ball in your stance. Because here's what happens. I'll tell you, if you take a 5-iron, you play it just an inch or two inside your left heel, and then you take a 7-iron and you move it back in your stance, really what you did is you took that 7-iron and de-lofted it and made it into a 5-iron. So all the time you're moving the ball back in your stance, you're just de-lofting those lower clubs and making them fly lower. Plus you've got to keep track of all these different spots in your stance to hit the ball. Let's just have one ball position with your irons, and that would just be a couple inches inside that left heel. So now we've got a good grip, good ball position, good balance. We don't have our weight out on our toes, on our heels. We're centered. Got our knees in, feeling the weight on the inside of our feet. And then what you want to do with the Power Hitter Iron is you want to feel a nice, smooth takeaway with your shoulders. Feel your shoulders turn away from the ball. And as you do, the Power Hitter Iron, the weight of it, is going to help set your wrists in the backswing. Look like this. So here you are with the Power Hitter Iron. You turn your shoulders away, and you set your wrist nicely here in the backswing. And notice how I've kept all the weight on the inside of my right leg. I haven't swayed. I haven't gone outside that right leg, that right knee. So here you are. You turn away with your shoulders, your wrists at the club, and you're right here in good position. And then in the downswing, what you want to feel as you start shifting your weight and turning your left hip, your arms come down. And notice how I've held off my wrist cock. I haven't cast the club. I haven't let all the power out of my downswing too early. But from the top here, as I shift my weight, my arms come down to a point where my hands are about waist high. And I'm holding back all that power for the right moment. And then from here, what you want to feel is take the last 3 fingers of your left hand, and they control this area in the back of your wrist. What you want to do is you want to feel those last 3 fingers, squeeze those, and as you do from this point here, you're going to flatten and rotate that wrist in the impact to square the club face up. If you do what most people do, and you scoop the ball, you'll notice your left wrist is cupped at impact. You don't want that. You want a flat left wrist at impact. And the way you do that, you take those last 3 fingers of that left hand, you squeeze them, and as you do, you flatten and rotate that left wrist, and it brings you right into here, nice and square at impact. And then that motion is going to take you through into a balanced position facing your target. And the Power Hitter Iron, with all its weight, is going to help you get to the left side. You're not going to be able to stop at impact, but the weight of the club is going to keep you swinging through all the way to a nice finish. So I'll hit a shot here for you, and you can see that. So we're going to make a nice smooth takeaway with our shoulders as we shift our weight. Our arms are going to come down. We're going to hold off that release till our hands get down to about waist high, and then we're going to take those last 3 fingers of that left hand, squeeze them, flatten and rotate that wrist at the impact so that that club face is square. That's going to take us through to a balanced finish. So it looks like this. And we release it right down our target line. Get a nice, smooth iron shot, and we take a nice little divot. Not taking these big gouging divots, but just a nice little divot. So you can hit balls with a Power Hitter Iron on the driving range in your practice session. And it's going to work your rhythm, your timing, your balance, your tempo. Nice smooth backswing. And a nice release down the target line. And after you hit balls with the Power Hitter Iron, switch over to your own iron. I've got a 5-iron here. The first couple of shots might feel a little weird because the weight of the club is so light. But after 2 or 3 shots with your own iron, you'll feel the weight come back. Then you'll be right in sync. But here now I've hit my Power Hitter Iron. I pick up my own 5-iron. Feels a little lighter, smoother. I can swing it a little faster. Now I've got the rhythm and the timing and the tempo I need to hit good shots. And just smoke it right down the target line. So the Power Hitter Iron is great to use as a warm-up club before you play. Hit balls with it, loosen up. It's great as a practice aid out on the driving range during your practice sessions. And then also at inclement weather, say in the wintertime, or if it's rainy and cold and you want to do something to help your golf game, take the Power Hitter Iron inside. Make practice swings with it, nice and slow practice swings. Make sure you've got enough room so you don't put a hole in the ceiling. But just take it off the ground, swing it back up to the top, and swing it through. And the weight will help strengthen all those muscles in your arms, your hands, your shoulders, all the muscles you need to hit the golf ball farther. So with every shot you hit with the Power Hitter iron, you're strengthening the golf-specific muscles, which is what you need to hit the ball farther, have more control of the golf club. So again, just to review, good ball position, nice balance, good turn away with the shoulders, the hands set the club, and the downswing as we come down, the arms are coming down as we shift our weight. We're holding back all that power. Then we're going to take those last three fingers, we're going to squeeze those and flatten and rotate that wrist down to impact so it's nice and square. And that's going to take us through to a nice balanced finish. And get the ball going right down our target line. The Power Hitter iron comes in 4 different models. There's a standard